What's going on, everybody? Thank you so much for starting off your NFL week with GmiasWorld. Week 13, Thursday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys continue their win streak of 11, but I'm going to be very, I don't want to say frank about this, what I'm about to tell you guys. It's not a situation where we can blame Sam Bradford for this loss. And I know people, sometimes they say to me, oh, you're such a hater, things like that. I'm not a hater. I'm objective. I tell you what I see. And what I saw yesterday was Kyle Rudolph dropping passes, Charles Johnson dropping passes, Laquan Treadwell dropping passes. I saw right tackles, just not doing what they were supposed to do. It makes me very annoyed. Pretty much because in certain cases, when somebody plays well, they deserve credit. Okay? So if you play well and you deserve credit, but there's certain aspects of the team that doesn't allow you to get the credit, that bothers me. You understand what I'm saying? Like, is Sam Bradford always getting injured? Is he a bum? More than likely, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to sit up here and say that he's not a bum. I have to say he's a bum because I'm looking at his whole body of work. I'm not just looking at what he's doing right now. I'm looking at his entire body of work. And in my opinion, the guy's a total bum based on the fact that he can't stay healthy, and when he's out there, he just throws the ball very short. He doesn't really do a lot of things that you want a first-round draft pick at that time to do. So that's why I'm very hard on him. But last night, like I just said, I just named you things that were going on. It was ridiculous. If you guys didn't watch the game, it was a lot of mishaps that's going to cost this guy to be in a situation where people are going to still be saying that he sucks. And I don't think the loss last night was his fault. I'm just coming out and telling you guys that because I'm the first to tell you how much the guy sucks. I hate him and all that kind of stuff. Well, you know what I'm saying. It's just frustrating to watch him be trash and then he just out there doing whatever he wants. But you cannot blame Sam Bradford for that loss last night. I'm sorry. You guys can tell me whatever you think about it, but in my opinion, I just don't think that would be fair to do that. Moving on, Mike Zimmer wasn't there. Okay, we had George Edwards out there. I think he played the Dallas Cowboys as best you're going to play these boys. These boys are savages, man. These boys go out there, they put in work, they do what they have to do. It was good to see that they're, quote, human, unquote. Because Dak Prescott fumbled, Zeke Elliot fumbled. I think that they both recovered their fumbles, though. I'm not sure. I know that I think Dak recovered his, but it was a situation where I was very surprised that the Vikings played this tough because it kind of reminded me of earlier in the season when they were undefeated. Even though they started off 5, weren't they the last undefeated team at like 5-0, and now they're probably not even going to make the playoffs. It's very interesting to me to even think about the way that this has gone so awry for the Minnesota Vikings and their fans, man. But we have to understand with the NFL, it's week to week. Like right now, that's why it's so important for people to understand what the Cowboys are doing right now. They're on an 11-game win streak. That is something that's crazy in the NFL because I don't think people understand the preparation and how hard it is to win in the NFL, and that's why it's such a rah-rah situation around them. And most people just hate the Cowboys because they were bad for so long, and their fans are like, I don't know how to describe them, delusional sometimes and stuff like that. But right now, the way that they're playing, you can't really knock what's happening. So I'm going to touch on some key points in the game. The Doug Free holding call that brought back like a 47-yard gain for Ezekiel Elliot. There were other calls that were going on. Sometimes the defense was just jumping off sides. It was a bad game. But just keep in mind, there are going to be games like this. Everything is not going to be perfect. Dak Prescott's not going to be able to come out there and just air it out and do whatever. Plus, you're playing at Minnesota. It was good to see, Adrian Peterson standing up on his feet and looking like he's ready to go. I don't know why he wasn't out there. Dude looked mad healthy. Dude looked like he was ready to go out and just start running around for like 1,000 yards in one game. But we'll see what happens when that time comes. But looking at the Vikings right now at 6-6, I'm not sure what anyone is expecting from them at this point. Looking at Bradford, like I said, when you look at Bradford, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what you're going to get, right? It's like a box of chocolates with Forrest Gump. You never know what you're going to get. I will tell you this, though. like I insinuated before, it's the receivers dropping balls. It's the tight ends dropping balls that cost the Vikings this loss. I know you guys are going to make up other things that happen in the game. I'm looking at key critical points. It's key critical points that cost them the game, okay? And when you drop wide open passes, regardless, it doesn't... Look, I'm not trying to say if they catch the balls, they still wouldn't lose. I'm telling you that it's a situation where you have to live in the moment. If you guys are into football like I'm into football, you got to live in the moment. And if you're going to call somebody a bum, like for instance, I tell you right now, Carson Palmer's the worst quarterback in the league. And that's saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? For me to say that, and I say that out in the open to everybody, people are like, yo, you crazy, bro, look at the stats. I'm talking about clutch factor. You see what I'm saying? When the money's on the table, he's going to screw you over hardcore. That's what my point of view is with just looking at everything that Carson Palmer has done. And I could go all the way back to the Bengals with Marvin Lewis when I'm talking about this guy. And I always get into a lot of debates about it, and then I kind of let people understand what I'm saying when I say he's a bum. Obviously, he's made it this. He was a Heisman Trophy winner or whatever. You know, the guy can play the game. He just doesn't have it. He doesn't have what it takes to be a champion. That's all. I've always said that. I don't know if it's his face, the way he moves, whatever. He just doesn't have it. That's all I'm saying. Some players are great, but they don't have it. You understand? It's just very, very difficult to explain it. But some of you guys know what I'm talking about. When you can see a guy with the bright lights in his face and they perform, those guys have it. They go out there, they get it. They get the champ. Even if you don't get a championship, just because you don't win a championship, I don't mean you don't got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could still be a great player and not have it. But Carson Palmer, he's so bad that Bruce Arians almost had a heart attack on the sideline. If that doesn't tell you anything, then something's wrong with you. You're not really looking at what's happening. But Dez Bryant, that route that he ran against Harrison Smith, when Dez Bryant is healthy, I don't know if you're going to be able to beat the Cowboys. Because the Cowboys have so many ways to beat you. I really don't understand how teams are going to prepare for them if Dez Bryant can just stay healthy during their playoff run. Because Dak Prescott, you saw, what was that 3rd and 13? Several times. The difference between him and Tony Romo, he doesn't seem to be inclined to make that mistake. You know what I'm saying? Like Tony Romo, you know he was a great quarterback, passing, stuff like that. He would do stuff. He would also throw a lot of picks. He would also do a lot of craziness that came with it. Similar to Brett Favre. You knew he was going to throw a pick at some point. You just don't get that feeling with Dak Prescott. You understand? Like, you don't feel like he's going to make a mistake. And the man's a rookie. So if you continue to build around him, what's saying that that's going to stop? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that it's going to stop. And that's the big difference. And looking at Tony Romo on the sideline, he just looks like he's out of his mind. He doesn't know what's going on. It seems sad to see that he was ready to play and he can't play. But if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you're happy to see what's going on right now. You don't even care about Tony Romo anymore because he screwed you over so many times, from that Seattle bobble with the field goal to, you know, just losing outright games that you were blowing teams out with. He's done too much. And it's just like, right now, he just needs to sit down and watch what happens. You guys may be able to figure out what's going on with cap space after the season, because I don't really think you need to have such a high-profile backup as Tony Romo. And I think that another team will take a chance on him. So he probably won't be there. I don't know exactly how they will stipulate the contract, but Jerry Jones finds ways to get guys out of there, and they'll figure out a way to do that. But Dez Bryant, he makes plays when it counts. Now, you guys are going to say that Xavier Rhodes was in zone when that happened, and he was. That was definitely a zone play. Harrison Smith bit on it. But when have we seen Dez Bryant this healthy in a long time? It's been a while. It's been a while since Dez Bryant has been out there and been healthy and just performed. It's been a while. And it was very good to see a very tight-knit game. Like I said, 17-15. This game is not something that the old Cowboys would have been able to win. I want you guys to take perspective on that. They're changing. They're able to understand how to win tough games. That is dangerous for the rest of the league, because now the Cowboys are actually living up to all of the hype and everything that they usually do. And that's dangerous. And that's what I wanted to make you guys understand. That's what I saw visibly with my own eyes. So in summation, the Vikings didn't lose because of Bradford, and the Dallas Cowboys, they're ready to go. They look to me like they're ready to make a playoff run. Let me know what you're thinking. Until next time. One love.